There are a lot of people out there who have their bets placed against Cardano. And in today's video, I want to cover one of those places that have their bets placed against Cardano and some open criticisms that they've been shown. And also just go over briefly the VASIL progress and how it's looking for mainnet launch date. First things first, because it's a smaller piece of news, I will go over the VASIL news. Basically, that's Cardano founder Charles Hoskinson has said the ship is steady and brighter days are ahead, basically going over the latest node version for Cardano, and that it's probably going to be something that is going to be deployed to the hard fork combinator event or mainnet of Cardano. This version is being rapidly adopted and tested and played around by with the community right now. So if all goes well over the next few weeks, we can expect a hard fork to come within the next month or a bit. And all goes well, we will see VASIL be fully implemented, hopefully even before the Ethereum merge. Now, that's really all I have for VASIL news. I want to now talk about an interesting video, an interesting piece from BANKLESS. BANKLESS, if you don't know, has a history with Cardano. And basically, I'm going to go over this history after I show you the video. But basically, Charles Hoskinson isn't a big fan of BANKLESS because BANKLESS has continually called Cardano and everything about Cardano a scam outright, never apologized, and all these things. But yesterday, a video was released, a podcast with Polly NYA, pretty credible, blog poster person in the space that talks a lot about the technical aspects of blockchain. And he tells them what Cardano is all about, and they are kind of shocked with their sarcastic remarks. But let's take a look at the video now, and you can see it for yourself.
Can you steelman the Cardano ecosystem? What are the best properties of Cardano?
This one's easier than you may think. It's by far the largest L1 outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum, with a strong philosophy of inclusive accountability. I'd even argue they skew closer to Bitcoin than Ethereum as to how cheap and easy running their nodes should be. They have a very enthusiastic, very engaged, and probably third best social layer generally.
So essentially right now, the BANKLESS people are a bit shocked. This response isn't probably what they expected, coming from someone as credible in the space that they want to bring on and talk 5 hours with. And they're saying, hey, Cardano is actually useful. Cardano is like the best, most distributed protocol here, easiest to set up nodes and all that. Like, they're probably pretty shocked right now. But the answer goes on, and even more things are said in a positive light about Cardano.
Okay, I'll just say it. L1s are basically cults, and the Cardano cult is pretty dedicated. Their validator distribution is the best in the industry, better than Bitcoin and Ethereum in its current state. And they also have strong teams working on rollups like Orbis and Milkomeda.
Orbis and Milkomeda, if you don't already know, are two protocols that are working to make layer 2s for Cardano. Orbis being one that I've mentioned in quite a few videos, and Milkomeda I've also mentioned in a lot of videos. I'll leave some videos in the description now. I know I'm shilling myself to check out those videos because Orbis has explained ZK rollups and infinite scalability on Cardano using ZK rollups, and Milkomeda in general just has been doing things on layer 2 already and brought a lot of people and investors outside of Cardano ecosystem into the Cardano ecosystem. So definitely check out that video in the description, which is about Orbis and their scaling on ZK rollups. Funny enough, the person being interviewed here is heavily interested in ZK rollups and talks a lot about them. But also, this is not it. This is not the only good things about Cardano. There's a bit more, and I'll play it now.
And probably the most activity happening around next-gen scaling solutions outside of Ethereum and Tezos. I'd say Cardano is the best position to be the number 2 settlement layer for rollups after Ethereum, but no idea if they can pull it off.
Have we on BANKLESS been unnecessarily mean to Cardano?
Nah.
Okay, why not?
A lot of it is definitely well-deserved. Hoskinson's a bit of a bell end, and their shills are obnoxiously loud. Well, at least during the bull markets. I'll have to say, as obnoxious as crypto Twitter generally is, some of the most polite discussions I've had were with Cardano people. They sincerely believe in their mission of maximizing decentralization, keeping nodes easy to run, and following on from Bitcoin while avoiding Ethereum's mistakes.
Right there, that is something I don't think a lot of people realize about Cardano, and especially not the people of BANKLESS, that Cardano is the ethos of it. very similar to Bitcoin and very similar to allowing people to run their own nodes, making it easy to do so. You know, the accountability or interoperable accountability model where Ethereum has made a lot of mistakes in that regard and Cardano hasn't. And maybe that's a shock to Bankless. It definitely is. And maybe that's not even something they've thought of before.
At the same time, making Cardano the laughing stock is undeserved. They are a real project with real research and development, and they have a strong community. Now, personally, I'm very skeptical it'll ever amount to anything. So anytime an ADA shill makes some bombastic statement, please don't hold back.
All right, fair take. But I'm going to wait until I see some block space fees at least.
There you have it. That is essentially Bankless asking a Cardano question and getting a positive response. Usually their guests are just watching Bankless kind of to, not put Cardano in a positive light. So not all bad over there. And now I'm going to show you just Charles Hoskinson's response to an interview with Bankless, just to show you and give you some context as to what has happened over the past, year or multiple years with Bankless and where we've came from since then to now.
Just to show you the arrogance of some of the people in our industry. You have these guys that for years have been saying Cardano is a scam. We've contributed nothing. We're a walking joke. Then out of the blue, they say, hey, you should come on the show. And then their community goes, oh, Charles will never come on the show. He's a coward. He doesn't want hard questions. You guys are here. I do the MAs every week. You ask me whatever the hell you want. I'll answer any question. I am not afraid of difficult interviews and hard questions. But could we at least get some dignity and respect? And then one of the founders of the podcast says, well, I'm not responsible for any of that. Show me a link or a proof of somebody on our organization saying negative things about you. And the community dogpiles onto the tweet and says, hey, here's like 26 things that you've done. Any apology? Guys, you can say it's slow. You can say it's not commercially comparable. You can say that we're crazy with the roadmap. You could say that we don't know how to build cryptocurrency. You can say our community is weird and wonky. But when you cross a threshold and say it's a scam, it's a criminal enterprise, you go to that level, you've crossed opinion and you've gone into libel, slander. You're accusing people of malicious intent. It's one thing to say somebody doesn't know what they're doing and they're incompetent. It's another thing a person is purposely going out of their way to defraud and deceive. And that's sad because those who follow them, they miss the point, the principles, the values, the knowledge that's been accumulated here. Like it or not, the papers we write are cited. Like it or not, the values we have are important and are part of the global conversation of cryptocurrencies. And for some reason, people just don't want to talk about that. And hard fork by hard fork, upgrade by upgrade, we just get stronger and bigger and definitely achieve more and more. Yeah, there's an old saying. I say it again and again and again to remind you and me. The dog barks, but the caravan moves on.
So yeah, that is essentially the gist of Charles' feelings towards Bankless and everything that they've done to bash Cardano over the past little while. Now, they've done more than this. They've made videos on where Cardano is terrible and there's a real secrecy behind the scam of Cardano being shielded by Cardano and other influencers and a lot of other things. But I do hope that Charles does an interview with them. I hope things go well. It'd be interesting to see that. But I just want to give you a bit of backstory on why seeing them, be introduced to a guest which has actually some positive things to say about Cardano, and a lot of them, to be honest, compared to other guests and what their train of thought usually is on Cardano, is very nice to see. Now, will it amount to anything? I think so. That's why I have all of my net worth in Cardano, and all my videos are about Cardano. I enjoy seeing the development. I enjoy seeing everything building, and I do think Cardano is going to make a lot of changes to the world over the next few years and over the next decades. Now, that's the end of the video. That's all I have for you guys today. If you enjoyed this content, if you want to see more Cardano content, please consider staking with a Jack stake pool to earn passive ADA on your ADA, and also subscribing to the channel. See you guys in the next one. It's been your friend Jack, and peace out.